and my channel is The Sewing Gardener. If you've been before, welcome back, and if you're new, a huge welcome to you too. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That is if you do like it. If you don't, just walk on by. So how are we all? Have you had a good week? I think I have just about recovered from the weekend that I seem to spend the entirety or most of it on Instagram. But I'm going to give you a rundown of Sew Skin Summer in a minute, and then I'll just give you some things for June, plans, what I'm making at the moment, and things that I had for my birthday, which was yesterday. And I will explain the last sew standing as well, because I haven't fallen off it, but we'll go into that in a bit more detail. So what am I wearing? I am wearing a blouse that I very rarely wear, actually. It's either too cold, I'm quite a cold person, so I feel that it's either too cold for winter, and I don't feel that it's very summery, but I asked my husband this morning, he said it looked fine. So this is the Nina Lee Bakerloo blouse, which I wore into work today in the office, and on a Friday at our work, it's more of a not dress down, but you don't need to be, you wear jeans if you want. I can't remember what they call it, but I tend to not overly. But I've just paired it with my Mood, what are they called? Mood Society trousers that I made for Sew for a Girl a couple of years ago, which are in a green cotton drill. So that's what I'm wearing. Did I say the Nina Lee Bakerloo blouse? Anyway, do you know what I found about this blouse today? I love these blouses. I've got two. Not very good if you want to put a cardigan on, because these bits sort of flip up. So the office was quite cold. Glad I took my cardi. Anyhow, so Sew Skin Summer finished on Saturday. On the Friday, I think I had around roughly 157 entrants, something like that. Saturday, I ended up with 226. Saturday I just seemed to spend the day on Instagram trying to log everybody, reply, which was fine, and I'm glad I did it that way, because otherwise I think people would still be wondering when the prizes were going to be drawn. So because I was on it Saturday, and we went out Saturday night, but I was on antibiotics, so I didn't drink, so I was fresh for Sunday. I meant I could organise the rest of the entries, log everybody onto the spreadsheet, and then do the prize draw in the afternoon, which took way longer than I anticipated. But anyway, all the prize winners have been notified. I think there's a couple of sponsors that still haven't got in touch, but I believe people are on annual leave and things like that. But I'm on it, so hopefully everybody will get their prize soon. So I just thought I'd give you a quick rundown of some stats for those that are interested. So I said we had 226, I think, entries. 196 of those were UK, and it was open international. I had some 6 unknown from abroad. Don't know where they were, but they were definitely abroad. And I just put abroad. 2 from Denmark, 5 from Germany, 5 from Ireland. We had some from Shetland, 3 from the USA, and 3 from New Zealand. I think there was a couple from Australia as well. The biggest item that was made was, we had 45 dresses, 10 blouses, 21 shirts, but we had 20, I just keep saying my challenge had 26 hats, 15 were bucket, and out of those, so 15 of those were bucket hats specifically, the rest were nice wide brim summer hats. We had 10 bags, which didn't include Sparkle Sam's So Much Space tote. I had 5 of those. I had 8 sparkly sunglasses cases, 5 lame pants, 5 saguaros, and 8 pairs of trousers, amongst other things. So there were other bits and bobs in there as well. So that's just a brief rundown. I have learned so much about myself during the challenge. The sewing community is amazing. I have reiterated lots of thank yous on Instagram, and I'm just going to do it again now, but I won't go into too much detail. But I just want to thank everybody that has supported me, whether that's through participation, through sponsorship, through sending me a message, through reaching out, through donations. The people that have donated have been more than generous. I can not thank you enough. so yeah, the sewing community is amazing, and I just want to say thank you again. So that is all I'm going to say on Sew Skin Summer for another year. Well, it'd be less than a year, because if I do it again, I'll be mentioning it loud and proud from about April onwards, because it will run in May every year. So yeah, that's that. If there's anything that you think I could improve on for next year, then do put that in the comments as well. Always happy for feedback. So what are my sewing plans for June? Well, there's a couple of challenges going on. We've got the Sew Fruity challenge. I won't go into too much detail on that, because now that I vlog, I have put my name down for the Vlogator, so I will be doing a specific post for that. I think mine's around the 16th of June, but there's other vloggers are doing, do look out for them on YouTube, because there's a vlog every day, I think, throughout June, re Sew Fruity, and everybody will have different ideas and give you different inspiration. So there's that, Sew Fruity, but that's run by Blossom Sandwich over on Instagram, and it is to put my teeth in, to sew something with a fruity theme. Gosh, and I thought Sew Skin Summer was a mouthful. Fruity theme, there we go. And then there's another challenge. There's a few challenges, I will put them all down, but these are ones that I know about specifically with prizes. B Silver is at bsilver.creates on Instagram, is running the Sew Blood Pressure Challenge again. I didn't enter it last year, but the year before I did, and the year before you had to sew something red. But I'm thrilled to say this year it is to sew something that has been on your to-do list, which ties in very nicely with what I was going to be sewing, something that I was going to be sewing for June anyway. I don't know if you, in one of my previous vlogs, I mentioned I've found my bullet journal. Well, I've been through it, and the one garment that keeps coming up year after year, and I started writing about it in November 21, is the Blanca flight suit. Now, because I'm so organised, I don't have the pattern to hand or the fabric that I'm going to sew it in. But that's what I'm going to sew for that challenge. Well, I'm aiming to sew for that challenge. So that will be good. Now, so as I've just said, for this challenge, there's an optional donation to Blood Pressure UK, which is a £2 donation. It's optional, you don't have to. And then it's to sew something that's been on your to-do list, and to enter when you post it on Instagram. So it's an Instagram challenge. You post it on Instagram, you tag your photograph with the at bsilver.create, so she gets the notification that you've done it, and you also use the hashtag SewBloodPressure25. So that is that. Now, it was my birthday yesterday, and I've got some fabric to share with you, which I didn't think I'd be saying for quite a while, because I am in the last sew standing. Now, for those that don't know about it, it is a it's not a personal challenge, but it is to you. It's a challenge that's run on Instagram by the Craft Camp. What it is, you don't buy any fabric. So there's different divisions. There's 3 divisions. I'm in the heavyweight division still, which is you don't buy any fabric, notions, patterns, basically anything other than needle and thread. The challenge started at the end of, so the 1st of March. You could buy fabric up till the 28th of February. And you enter by having a horse. Mine is called Stash Warrior, I believe. I wanted to call him Stash Junkie, but I wasn't sure that was quite appropriate, so I called him Stash Warrior. And you basically have milestones, which are monthly milestones. Are you still standing or not? If you can fall off. So everybody starts in the heavyweight division. And then so the lightweight division, you just can't buy any fabric, but you can buy patterns and notions. And then this year there is an independent division, which you can sort of make up your own rules. So you could have, I could have, and I did seriously consider it, keep the Fabric Godmother Dream wardrobe box, because I think that was the hardest thing for me to give up. But then don't that would be it. I couldn't buy any patterns, fabric, etc. So fabric wise, I haven't been too bad, to be honest, because I have a plethora of fabric behind me. But it's the patterns. There's so many patterns. Like, I can't get the lane pants, but then I don't know that I need the lane pants. It has made me consider things, you see, because I've got the saguaro pants, and after I've made the the Fran pyjamas as a co-ord, of which I am going to do a comparison with those and the saguaro pants, just to see. Obviously, I can't compare the lane pants because I don't have the pattern. But yeah, so again, do I need this pattern? I don't know. Bestie bags have been everywhere. Haven't got that pattern. The messenger bag is now out. Or has been out for a little bit. Haven't got that. What else is coming out? Friday Pattern Company reducing a new trouser pattern. I love Friday Pattern Company. Can't do that. Named Clothing have brought out the Suvi caftan. Can't buy that. But I will come on to that. I got that for my birthday. So that's nice. I've got that, and I'm waiting for it to be printed. So I have got that pattern coming. So yeah, I am still in heavyweight division. Now, I did check before whether I could get fabric for my birthday, and yes, gifts are allowed. You can't, well, I thought you couldn't ask for it, but my husband wouldn't have a clue what to buy me. So I did steer him in the right direction. He had lots of links sent to him. And he has paid for it. And then my mother-in-law has also given me some money to buy some more fabric. So that's all good. I'll go through the fabric in a minute, but this is what my mum bought me: a lovely quilt book by Laurie Holt, which is Farm Girl Vintage, and it's got some lovely blocks, and there's a tractor if you're into farming, of which we sort of are in our family, but there's some fruity things in here which has given me a great idea for fruity. Look, there's a strawberry amongst others, but there's also cherries, there's a house, there's a mixing bowl, there's some chickens and sheep. I particularly like the chicken. Probably won't be able to find it now, will I? Flicking should be much more organised, but I am not. So anyway, you'll see it another time. So my mum got me that. And then I had these bits. Had some foam, very important staple, which I didn't have, from Adam Sews, which I can't remember if my mother-in-law gave the money for that or my husband, but I got that from Adam Sews along with the Linda Purse pattern, so that's good. And I also had from Adam, don't know where they are, some lovely bee pulls. Got pink bee pulls, and he put in some 3 labels for me as well. So that was very good. Thank you, Adam, for that. Very, very much appreciated. So I had those, and then my mother-in-law or husband, I got some fabrics from Vornella. One I'm not going to show you because I'm keeping that for something else. I got this lovely blue linen. I'm going to make some wide trousers, some staple wide trousers with that. So I have that one, and I also got this one. Yeah, those bee pulls, aren't they? Isn't this gorgeous? What a lovely colour this is. I loved it. It was a close call between this one and the Fabric Godmother one, the tile. But yeah, I absolutely love that. Now I've got enough of that to make either the summer co-ord set, or I think I asked for 4 meters, or the Penelope dress. There we go. Oh, and I also found another lot of fabric that I had for meters. It's a paisley, but it's very more autumnal. It's a paisley one somewhere. I'll have to show that another day. But this is a little Johnny, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's like a linen-y mix. So I had that. And then there's no quilts update this week. I'm sorry. I know I was very excited to say that I'd cut out the sheep and sprites. But two reasons for that. One is, you might notice, eagle-eyed people here, I have got my Janome machine here. This was one that I have sort of more or less given to my daughter because I use brothers. But my one brother the scissors stopped working on it. So that machine needed to go for a service. So I packed that one up to go. And then last weekend, my other brother, I was using the automatic needle threader and so I pressed the button. And when I turned around, there was a stump of a needle remaining. Fine, so it's the needle threader had broken the needle. I think the needle must have been faulty. Couldn't find the needle anywhere. The needle was nowhere to be seen. So I assumed that it has gone into the machine. So that was problematic, and I couldn't find it. I got the bobbin case out and everything, nothing. And then the automatic needle threader stopped working completely. So that one is still under warranty, so that also went back. So I was been without sewing machine, and I thought, oh, it doesn't matter, because when we went to get Lily or see Lily in her graduation thing in Nottingham a couple of weeks ago, she asked us to go to the house and pick up some bits that she no longer needed, which included the sewing machine and bits. My daughter is ringing me, bear with. I'm back. Sorry about that. That was my youngest daughter ringing me again. She's done that before, hasn't she, on a vlog? Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I thought, well, that's fine. I can use my Janome. I'll go down to her room where we've stored it when we brought it back. I'll get the Janome. Fine, I can use that this week. Went and got it. No foot pedal. I've always used a foot pedal. This has got a start-stop button. Very good start-stop button. The only thing I ever use my start-stop button for is buttonholes. I don't like using the foot pedal for buttonholes, so I just use start-stop for those, which makes them go, well, not always, but, you know, most of the time go through fine. So I've been struggling on this week trying to use a start-stop button, and I've got quite good at it, I have to say, even for my own admission. But in better news, both sewing machines were delivered back today, so speedy service from David Drummond there. They went Monday. One was completely fully serviced, the other one's had its needle threader repaired, and yeah, because it was bent, so it must have bent it when it snapped the needle. Yeah, so I've got those back, so I just need to bring them upstairs. Oh, she's ringing me back. Bear with. Hello, welcome back. Oh, I'm back. It's now Saturday. That was the longest phone call. It's been on all night. It was quite a long phone call with my youngest daughter. I think it was nearly an hour in the end. And then after that, I just went and cooked tea. But I think I stopped talking about my Janome machine. My brother is back up here now, so I did that yesterday evening. But I did find the zip pulls that I couldn't find yesterday that I was talking about, that I ordered, that came in my delivery from Adam. So these are they. Aren't they cute? The bees. I've got two of those. I couldn't resist. I used to keep bees many years ago. So I had to get those. So I've got two of those, and he also very kindly enclosed 3 labels for me. So thank you, Adam, for that. I've got this little drink me label there, and these 2 ones which are sort of like happy ones, and as it was my birthday, they are very apt. I also, which I didn't mention, had a ordered a packet of, I'm not very good with labels, I don't know why I keep forgetting to put them in. I love labels, I keep forgetting to put them in my garments. But I ordered the So 70s pack of labels from Bornella as well, as part of my birthday gift from my husband. So I've got to have a good day on that. There's a Good Vibes Only one. What else have we got? Flower Power and Perfect Enough. But as I was born in the 70s, I thought they were very apt indeed. So I've got those 2, and I found them. They were there, all in the little bag, which was on the bit. And Tanya, my husband got me a thread to go for the blue, oh gosh, words, Lucy, words. the linen, and then Tanya very kindly enclosed 2 extra threads to go with the other fabrics too. So thank you so much for that. You didn't need to do that, but I'm so pleased that you did. And that the only other thing that leads me to say to you is what I've been making this week, which isn't very much. I was so excited to get the sheep and sprites cut out, but obviously I have not made those. I have started making the Making Backpack by Noodlehead. Now, I won this as a kit off Instagram, not this February just gone, but the February before, and it has been in here in my sewing room ever since. So I thought I would start that and get that made up. Now, I put a little note on my Instagram earlier this week, and I'm interested to know, I know a lot of people don't like cutting out. I don't like cutting out for a different reason. It's not just the labour of cutting it out. I get really bad nausea. And if I was to continue cutting out when I have it, I would actually be physically sick. I have no idea why. I don't know whether it's a migraine thing, could be, don't know. Now, there's only been one other person that I know of that feels sick when cutting out, and that is the lovely Kirstine that I met at Welsh Frock Tales. We really hit it off, and so I classify her as my friend now. And we also share the same birthday. How weird is that? Not the same year, but we share the same birthday, so which is just bizarre. But yes, she did reply to the note to say she feels sick, but I'm just curious, does anybody else get that? And it doesn't matter if it's pattern cutting with scissors, whether I've been on the floor doing it, whether I'm using a table, whether it's rotary cutter with rulers, it just doesn't make any difference. If I do it for too long, I start to feel very sick, so I can't do batch cutting. That's fine. But anyway, so Monday night I started it, had to stop fairly early on because I started to feel quite ill. Tuesday, however, the nausea did not occur, so I could finish cutting all the pieces out, and I have managed to also stick on the bits that needed interfacing. So as I said, I've been making that. This is as far as I've got. Obviously, I was struggling on with the start-stop button on Virtual Sewing Room on Wednesday night. Glad I was on mute because there were some choice words and some fair bit of unpicking at various points. But that's as far as I've got. So the front panel is pretty much done. I am going to put a label in there. I'm going to put that label in there. Aim for the stars in there like that. But the one thing I am a tad annoyed about is the version I've done with this front pocket. So it comes with a front pocket. You can either do the version I've done or it can have a zip. I've done this one and it's got a sort of rounded pocket. It goes like this. I marked it with a yellow Clover chalk pen. Totally fine. I've used it many times before, but this is a ridged canvas. And it seems to have got stuck in the ridges, and I do not know how to get it out. If anybody's got any top tips, that would be great. I did see a YouTube, I don't have any, so I need to get some. Somebody suggested using wet wipes. Use a wet wipe to get rid of your tailor's chalk. Has anybody done that? I would just be keen to know. And that's it from me this week. Bit of a longer video, sorry about that. But I'm really keen to hear what your sewing plans are for June. Are you going to be joining in any of the sewing challenges? As I said, I think I said in the vlog yesterday, if you have any comments for how I could improve Sew Skin Summer, I'd be gratefully receive those. And yeah, so happy sewing, everybody. As always, do look after your skin, although the weather here in the UK has returned to autumn. We've skipped summer, gone straight to autumn. But we're hoping, I think it's due to get better next week at some point. But yeah, happy sewing, have a fabulous week, and I will see you all soon. Bye.